Oh, I guess we're live. Good morning, COE 2026. So this is pretty interesting because the title over here is 1000 Hertz Tablet Showcase. And there's a couple of things I want to get to with that specifically. As with almost every single thing that I do, things are always last minute. It's always down to the wire, it feels like. But I hope that this presentation delivers on this idea. Because the reality is, the 1000 Hertz Tablet Showcase is more of... Clicker, please work. Wait. 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 What? Does this thing have like an on button? Oh, there is an on button. Top left. Oh, wow, it was off. The title is actually a question more than a title. Because here's the thing. I do have a tablet. I do think it's 1000 Hertz. But I feel like the title of the first 1000 Hertz tablet isn't something that can be claimed. It should be something that is judged. And for this section of the presentation, I actually want you guys to help me determine whether or not me and my team actually managed to achieve a 1000 Hertz tablet. So to open this up, I actually want 5 people from the audience to join me for this. I'm gonna choose one person who's a high-ranking player, one person who's a 6-digit, and then the last 3 players will be chosen randomly from the audience through the QR code on screen. So if you're in the top 1000 and you know your tablet area, please raise your hand. It needs to be on the open tablet driver. Damn, what's up, GN? All right, make your way to the help desk. Okay, if you are a 6-digit player, raise your hand. You, back there. Yeah, make your way up to the front desk. Make sure you know your open tablet driver area because we will need your help. As for the remaining 3 people who will help us as judges, please scan this QR code. You will be randomly determined because the outcome of whether or not the, let's say, 7 years of development for this all comes down to these 5 individuals. I'll give a moment for everyone to scan the QR code. Wait, this QR code isn't being shown on screen, is it? Oh, it's not. Oh, nice. W production. Thank you, Food. While people are scanning the QR code and doing the things, I do want to add a little bit of context to this. Because for a high refresh rate tablet in general, it's been something that I think many of us have been asking a couple of questions about. Because when it comes to the peripheral market for gaming as a whole, with specifically mice and keyboards, we've seen it pushed easily with 1000 Hertz, even 8000 Hertz. But tablets have historically always been, let's say, lagging behind. And that's one of the key ideas that I actually really want to hone in on and touch on because I really want to answer the question of why. Why has it fallen behind? Why is it not up to spec, per se, with the other peripherals that we all come to use? And so, throughout this presentation, I hope to answer that question, but I may not be able to do it alone. So, we good? Oh, you were the guy I selected, yeah? Oh, go ahead and chill at the backstage for me if you don't mind. What's up? Oh, this is live? Oh, shit. Okay. All right, let's get started, shall we? I have a couple of notes. we go. Vanico, you have been selected. If you're in the audience, make sure you have your open tablet driver settings. And go ahead and walk up to the help desk on the side, on the right-hand side for you. Vanico, are you there? Oh, that's you. Yeah, the help desk is just around the corner. Yep, awesome. All right, we got one in. All right, who's up next? Hold on a sec. Awesome. So up next we have Alfan. Alfan, where are you? Alfan, are you there? Oh, I see you. Awesome. Yep, make your way over to the help desk. Thank you. Oh man, I'm getting kind of nervous, man. Originally, I was going to be like, oh, maybe they should all be top players. But I don't want this to be easy for me. I want this to be interesting. And so the last player that we will have coming on as a judge is DLF Feroz. DLF Feroz, where are you in the audience? Oh, awesome. Join up in the help desk. I will see you very, very soon. I have a couple of notes over here. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Let's find out. Okay, so back to the presentation. Again, to reiterate, the 1000 Hertz Tablet Showcase is more of a question than an answer because I've been working and ideating on this for, let's say, 7 years now. But whether or not this qualifies as 1000 Hertz is something that I want those 5 judges to determine. And what I hope to present here is more of just like the story of how we got to where we are today, and then for those judges to be the ones to determine whether or not whatever we did actually succeeded. And so let's give a little bit of history, because for all of you guys here in the audience, I'm sure you're well aware of what OSU is. But for the people who are watching this on YouTube after the fact, may not. And so I do want to give a little bit of context on the history of OSU. Specifically, the game that it was based on, which is a DS game called Osu Tatakai Oendan. That game is meant to be played with a stylus. And that idea has kind of held true through the, let's say, PC port of the game, which we all play today. And what I find it really interesting is the fact that this preference of a stylus has maintained itself over the entire course of the game's history. Almost from the very beginning, we've seen players come on and play or prefer to play this game at the highest levels with a tablet. But that's also something that's very specific to OSU specifically. And as a result, we kind of find ourselves in a very niche market, right? The devices that we use specifically aren't necessarily made for us. Whereas there are gaming mice and office mice, there are gaming keyboards and then office keyboards. The tablets that every single OSU player uses were not specifically made for OSU players. They're made for teachers, they're made for artists, designers, illustrators. And so we found ourselves basically taking a product that works, but we've never experienced something that was made for us. And that underlying idea is what I wanted to explore, or at least figure out why it hasn't happened. Because OSU has been around since 2007 on the PC version, and there have been many, let's say, companies in the mix. Why has that not been done? So I want to touch a little bit on the tablets that most of you guys are probably familiar with. Over on the left is the CTL and CTH480. I'm sure most of you guys are well aware of that tablet. That tablet is legendary. And then the tablets that eventually succeeded, because eventually the 480 was no longer being manufactured. You could only get it from the used market, but it was also really expensive. And that's where that tablet in the middle comes from. That is the Huion 420, the H420, which OSU actually did a collaboration with them. Now, that tablet is very interesting because it became extremely popular as the budget choice. However, it's almost disappointing to have that be the first collaboration for OSU's logo to be slapped on it, because to this day, I still determine that the H420 is one of the worst tablets to ever be used in this game. A combination of many different factors, including hardware latency, a battery and heavy and thick pen, and even just the fact that if you press any of the buttons, cause it to essentially freeze, makes it almost unplayable for the game. And I feel like that was a sentiment that history almost repeated itself with the OSU Tablet Pro, which, as many of you all know, is based off of the Wacom CTL 472. Now, when people heard that OSU was releasing a new tablet, I think a lot of people had the expectation that it was going to be something new. But then again, it was basically just another tablet, albeit a tablet that most top players actually use, but the timing was just so unfortunate, because around this time was when Wacom released their newest Pro line of tablets with the highest refresh rate ever seen so far. The 480 on the left, that one has a polling rate of 133 reports per second. We'll call it 133 hertz on average. The H420 actually, surprisingly, clocks in at 200 hertz. But because of a list of many different factors that I mentioned before, it's, I would argue, a terrible experience. And the 472, similar to the 480, also comes in around 133 hertz. Now, the polling rate determines how often your computer scans the device to measure whether or not there's an input or an update to your pen's positioning. And that's extremely important because the faster, the more reports per second translates directly to a lower latency experience, a better feeling experience, a more smooth experience, if you will. And so the more reports per second, the better. Right now, and this is only as of 2025, did Wacom release the newest Pro line of tablets that support up to 300 hertz, which is a huge step up from the 133. But you still get this sense of, why 300? Is there some sort of barrier that's preventing this sort of technology from exceeding it further? And so, that's where we get to this. This was a server that I created with a YouTuber that some of you may know. They aren't as active in the community anymore, but her name is Tokaku, or I know her as Jolene. Around 2019, we ideated on if there was a tablet that was specific to OSU, what would that actually look like? And the tablet that we had as our point of reference is this, the 480. Such a legendary tablet that I grew up watching the best players use. That was my point of reference to begin with. And there were so many tiny details that I thought that this tablet did right. Not only did it have like that wedge-shaped design for ergonomics, it had that tapered edge, it felt good. The build quality was great. But that was only a starting point, unfortunately. And as I worked with Jolene, I very quickly realized that bringing a new product to market was going to be very, very difficult. And as a result, this server, which was created and started in 2019, essentially never really moved forward. But you can start to begin to understand where my headspace began about the potential of where this could go, what features could be added. In fact, some of them actually came to life. In this list are a lot of details on pen specifications, and those specifications are technically realized today with Corelax, who actually has a booth up here as well here at COE. Just being able to customize your grip or try different materials or different inserts or different molds or things like that. I would have loved to see that back in 2019. And here we are essentially 7 years later, and there's still the tablet part that's missing. Now, there has been some progress that has been made. A long time ago, I covered a tabletless tablet. It was a tablet where the pen was actually attached to the tablet itself, almost wired together, and they were able to push it up to 600 hertz, which is incredible. But there's an argument to there of like, is that really a tablet? And it never really caught on, which is very unfortunate. But the thing that really turned people's heads was this: the Pompey board. The Pompey board was a GitHub project that was started by Pompey, and it gave a glimmer of hope of new technology that could actually push high refresh rates inside of tablets. The Pompey board is utilizing Hall effect sensors, the same sensors that are used in mechanical keyboards, and are even pioneered by Wooting. The idea that he started with was like, wait a second, you could use the same technology, theoretically, inside of a tablet and push these insane refresh rates for that tablet. And so, when I covered this, I think it showed just a little spark of, let's say the market for high refresh rate tablets. Because over the course of the months that followed, every single time that I went live, there would be some sort of message from some sort of person asking for updates on this project. After I covered this, I specifically went up to Pompey and I was like, hey, I want to see this succeed. I want to be able to buy this one day. And so if there was any way that I could have helped, I wanted him to use me as a resource. But unfortunately, no progress has been made from what I've seen. But that's not how this story ends. You see, for me, being a content creator is such an interesting position because I don't really see myself as good at anything, maybe an OSU in some regards, but I'm more of like a bridge. People see me, they watch me, they see my ideas and aspirations and things that I want to see, almost like a vision of the future. And it tends to inspire some people to step up, to take on certain challenges, if you will. And one of those people approached me after I covered this Pompey board. And their name is Lucky Chips. Now, Lucky Chips is really interesting because when they approached me, they initially started off as a contributor. They just wanted more information on what the status of the Pompey board was, if there's a way that he could get involved. And of course, I did what I do best. I'm a person who connects people. And so I connected him with Pompey. I checked in to see what's the latest updates with the project. And the word that the feeling that I got from Lucky was almost a sense of disappointment. Because again, it's been an entire year since this project has been announced, and progress has been extremely limited. And when I talked with Pompey about it, I don't really blame him. He's just a student in Korea, and he doesn't really want to spearhead it. He was hoping for someone else to take the project forward. What I didn't expect was what Lucky would tell me afterwards. I almost have the quote here. Essentially, Lucky pitched to me a vision, if you will. Lucky Chip's background is in electrical engineering. In fact, he grew up in Switzerland, born in the UK, has a degree in electrical engineering, currently lives in Slovakia, but he used to work on particle accelerators at CERN. And when I heard that, I'm like, if you can work on particle accelerators, surely you can crack the one problem that no one has been able to solve thus far, and that's a high refresh rate tablet. I asked him what he needed in order to make it happen, And surprisingly, his response shocked me. Because he thought, or he told me that he could do it himself. Not only could he do it himself, that he could do it in just a handful of months. And so, I want to emphasize that this person, Lucky Chips, was a very integral part of this project. And obviously, I wouldn't be up here on stage without him. And so, I reached out to him asking if he would be down to come over to COE specifically to join me on this presentation. And so please, a round of applause for Lucky Chips.
Hello, everyone.
So, one of the biggest questions that I've been hinting at this entire presentation, that I've been wondering for the longest time, is why tablets have essentially been stuck in the old age, if you will, the dark age. Like, it's gotten to the point where the only peripheral that exists for gamers that doesn't achieve a parity of refresh rate with a monitor is a tablet. Your mouse easily hits 1,000 hertz, sometimes 8,000 hertz. Your keyboard, 1,000 hertz, 8,000 hertz. Monitor refresh rates are pushing 1,000 hertz at this point, with most high-end consumer hardware hitting, well, I use a 480 hertz monitor, right? But the tablet right now is currently on the market. The best tablet that you can get is locked to 300 hertz. Why is that the case?
Well, the reason for it is simply they didn't see the potential in it, or they just it was outside of what they wanted to do. There is no technical limitation preventing the 1,000 hertz tablet to exist. It is just a design perspective, and there is no point in speccing something for more than what is needed. So if your target is to make a 300 hertz tablet, you're not going to push it to allow. You should pick parts that would allow it to go to 1,000 hertz, because it would cost more, it would take more development. And so it has to be done specifically for what is needed for the product.
So when Lucky told me this, my jaw dropped, because what he's basically saying is that the tech is already there for 1,000 hertz to be achieved. No one has just done it. The tangent that Pompey was exploring with Hall effect sensors in the tablet isn't actually necessary, because the technology that's in your tablet right now is already enough, at least for the goals that or at least the challenge that I set them on. I worked with my mouth is like so dry. I worked with Lucky Chips to essentially achieve one goal, and that is to achieve the first 1,000 hertz tablet. I asked you months ago what that would look like. And today, I have it. It looks like this. Please, you do it.
All right.
Hold it up.
Here's the 1,000 hertz tablet. Made entirely from spare parts I had. Due to time constraints, I wasn't able to order parts, so it's made from junk parts in my junk bin, and actually works.
So that's actually one of the things that I wanted to emphasize here. The main priority that I had was just speed. I just wanted something to exist, and honestly just to shine a light on the issue, because if it technically is feasible, there just needs to be someone to do it. And so I'm thinking if we can just show the potential, or just show that it's possible today, then the way forward may just be, or the future of a 1,000 hertz tablet in production that someone can actually buy and use may be closer than what you may think. And so when it came to the production of this tablet specifically, I had Lucky essentially just to use whatever he had at his own disposal to put together the earliest prototype that he could. And that included just spare parts, random things that he had laying around through his work as an electrical engineer. And I think there was like one specific thing that shocked me. You mentioned that on that board, that circuit board thing, there are what, 7 transistors? That's it?
Yeah, there's only 7 transistors and MOSFETs to drain the capacitor, and that's basically it.
I don't know what any of that means, by the way. But what I do understand is that the tablet itself is essentially everything that we need. Inside of a tablet, there's specific hardware that's... Oh, I forgot the clicker. Oh, I dropped the rest of my cards. I guess I'm winging this for now. This is the inside of a tablet, and I'd like Lucky to touch a little bit on that, specifically on how the technology of a tablet works.
All right, so inside a tablet, there's, as we can see, there's coils spanning in one direction of the tablet, and on the other side spanning in the other direction. So that allows us to measure where the pen is in a grid by combining both the layers. It's one single PCB, and it goes in one direction on one side and on the other side, which allows us to have the grid pattern to detect where the pen is.
Now, this is all specifics on the hardware side, and Lucky mentioned to me that he theoretically could do everything himself, but time, again, was the constraint here. And so Lucky introduced me to a friend of his that would help on the firmware side, and their name is Floppy. Floppy, come on in. Round of applause, please. So, Floppy, we have a little bit of insight on the specs or the hardware specifics of the tablet itself, but give us a little bit of insight on the firmware side, the software side, of what it takes on that side to achieve or have 1,000 hertz.
So the thing is, the hardware is supposed to do all the heavy lifting in terms of generating the signal, picking up the signal, and actually locating where the pen is. But all of that needs to be translated into software and to OTD or any tablet driver that's going to understand it and move the mouse inside of your computer. So first of all, what I do is I enable the USB exchange so the device can be recognized as a tablet, and I set the polling rate to 1,000 hertz. And then I send a signal to Lucky Chips' signal chain, which is going to give me an output. And that output I'm going to collect the data from in order to triangulate the position of the pen, which is some algorithmics, a bit of math. It's kind of a lot of heavy. It's very advanced. But the only issue is I have to do all of this procedure, the reading multiple coils, multiple times per coil, and then calculating the position, and then sending the position back to the PC in just 1 millisecond in order to achieve 1,000 hertz, which is pretty hard to synchronize, and basically you have to push optimizations in order to have every single action that you do, software and hardware-wise, be optimized and not take too long and not desynchronize and be constantly at 1,000 hertz.
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, even if you have all the hardware, all the signals, all the data that it sends over is a lot of stuff that essentially needs to be processed fast enough, optimally enough, for that to even be useful. Otherwise, you get 1,000 reports per second, but if your computer doesn't translate that into the cursor movements on screen, it's effectively pointless.
Exactly, yeah.
So it is almost a dance between hardware and software that makes this all possible. And there's actually a third person who unfortunately was not able to join us, and that is Rect, who did a lot of the maths of like triangulation and stuff.
Yeah, interpolation more or less. We had to like test a bunch of algorithms to find which one is the best to like find the position of the pen on the tablet while we're moving. And that took a long, long time, and it's all thanks to him. He's a pretty cracked maths person.
Well, it's especially more impressive since the hardware I wasn't able to source parts, so it was done with very bare bones stuff, missing a lot of components that are pretty much essential to avoid picking up stuff like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi interference. And the fact we were able to make it even workable is honestly quite a feat.
And so what I want to emphasize here is this tablet, like if you don't mind holding it up again, this tablet does in fact run at 1,000 hertz. In fact, when you see the 480 there, the internals are being used, specifically the coils that you see on screen. That's all being used along with the shielding to read where your pen is relative to the tablet. However, the reason why these extra external components exist is because Lucky had to essentially hardwire this controller into those coils specifically to be able to read the data that he can then send over to the floppy to essentially have it usable.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. I just hardwired, connected directly to the coils, and all the processing and sending the signals and stuff is done on this little auxiliary board, and that connects to these coils. That's why there's so many wires for it. There's power, and the signal is there to control which coil we connect to.
I will say it looks cool though. But again, the presentation title is a question because there's a couple of issues when it comes to this specific prototype. Production, can we bring up yeah, there we go. So, let me open up with like a hypothetical question. If I told you that this image is in 4K, would you believe me? Well, it is. There actually is, what is it, 3,840 pixels, which is the resolution of 4K. But when you look at it, when you experience it, when you see it, you wouldn't expect a 4K image to look like that. Thank you. But it's there to prove a point. The prototype that we have right now technically reads at 1,000 hertz. It measures and asks for, hey, where is the pen right now? 1,000 times every single second. But in order to do that with the hardware limitations of essentially what's in your garage, we have a couple issues. This is a modified image to essentially make it a bit simpler. Oh, does the GIF play? Oh, maybe it's in the next slide or something. But this is a modified version to essentially like illustrate the issue that you will hopefully see on this PC very, very soon. If you imagine every single coil as like an individual mound on the tablet, when you move your pen from one area to another, it's reading each of those coils at 1,000 reports per second. But as a result, there's no processing done whatsoever, and what you will see is this sort of stair-stepping effect done. Because again, it's not filtering anything whatsoever. There's interference from Bluetooth, from Wi-Fi, especially on stage where there's all sorts of wireless signals being floated around. There's a lot of interference, as well as the hardware limitations of 7 transistors having to do the processing of, and the digital to audio, no, the analog to digital. I'm sorry, Lucky, you explain it.
I like digital, yeah. So this would be correct if we were reading and taking specifically the coil with the highest strength value. Since it's an analog system, we can see values between. It's not just 1 or 0. So we can mediate between the values, but the issue is obviously with the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth interference, we can only do so much since it's hard to get a specific readout when it keeps jittering around. The ADCs are also another issue since the speed of them matters, as is we need to read a lot of coils very fast, since we need to send a report every millisecond for where the pin's position is. So we need to be able to read multiple coils within that 1 millisecond time frame, and even do some oversampling, which means just reading it multiple times to average a value to get a better readouts of the position, more accurate.
So the way that I'm interpreting this is that there's actually a lot more math and a lot more processing involved in order to have your cursor show up where it is on your tablet. The idea of zero hardware latency smoothing, it doesn't technically exist because there's always a sort of processing in order to calculate where your pen is when it's in between those coils. And again, this is only a simplified version of what the coils look like. It's actually the previous image that I showcased before with multiple layers of coils as well. But I hope that this scuffed demo is enough to at least illustrate the point that we may see. And so this is the reason why the presentation is titled how it is, because the result of 7 years of my expectations slowly rising and rising and rising all culminates to this point here, where I begged Lucky Chips to please, please, please create the thing that no one else seems to even want to do. And it's up to our 5 judges here to determine whether or not he did it. And so let's bring on the first judge. Oh, just kidding, they're behind me. Oh, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm -GM. I play long maps sometimes.
Jian, so I actually recently became aware that you are a crack software engineer. I heard you made like a client that's like insane. So I'm actually curious, like, do you have any insights on like this sort of technology yourself?
I'm not a hardware developer. I don't really know what goes into it. But I do know the software side of things. I know OSO Laser has this input thread that runs in the background and pulls the cursor at 1,000 inputs per minute, or per second, I mean. So any higher than that, and it just wouldn't register in Laser anyway. So I did the exact same thing for my client.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna have you do. We have around 3 to 5 minutes per judge to actually sit down and play a map. But since you're the first one up, I want you to actually pull up Open Tablet Driver. Right now, we have the prototype actually plugged in. I want you to open the debug screen and actually show the report rate of the tablet. Production, can we have it shown on screen? There it is. That is the revision 1 tablet currently plugged in. And it's currently reading around 1,000 hertz. And so now the question is, GN, I want you to try playing a map with this. Actually, I want your reaction. Hold up.
The cursor is jumping a lot. Like a whole lot. I might have to put on easy mode.
Ooh, wait, that actually works out. Thank you for being careful. I actually don't know if like knocking it the wrong way will make it spontaneous combust. I swear I don't even know how you got this through TSA, Lucky.
If you play an old map that sits exactly on the grid, it might be like cheating, because it's gonna snap to the grid. Might be in your advantage.
You're not logged in, are you? Oh yeah, I remember testing this because they literally arrived a week before I flew out to COE, and so I was testing it on my own account, and I actually forgot. I actually thought I was gonna get banned.
All right, we can just go, I think.
All right, good luck. All right, so as Jian is moving his pen around, you can immediately see that noise, that interference. And if he moves his cursor slowly on the tablet, you may actually see a little bit of that stair-stepping effect that I mentioned earlier. Let's see it. god, I can't believe it. Oh my god, how are you hitting any of this?
It's actually crazy. I don't know if he's the one missing or if the tablet is missing, but either way, damn. I didn't expect it to work this well.
I am speechless. I don't know what to say anymore.
Wow, that was a literal 45-degree angle stream. The cursor was stair-stepping the entire time, and he still hit it. Who just whispered in my ear? You could say he's very nervous right now. All right, GN. Let me know your thoughts, but do not say whether or not you think it qualifies. We'll have it at the very end. I'm going to line all the judges up, and we'll have you raise your hand whether or not you think it qualifies, all right? But just give us your first impressions.
It's definitely responsive, and it does feel good to like move my hand across the screen and see the pretty much instant response that, well, which is very nice. But the cursor jumping around makes every circle a bit of an RNG check.
I think I kind of lucked out because you do play easy, so I guess that makes it slightly better for the showcase. Were you able to change your area and give it a feel? Okay. I think we have enough time for one more attempt if you wanted to try one other map, or just like, you know.
I can just give it to the next person. I don't have anything else to show.
All right. Thank you, GN. Round of applause. Okay, up next. Production, can we send in the next judge? I don't know where they're going to pop out from. Ah, round of applause. What's your name? Introduce yourself.
I'm Mr. Voss 15, and I'm a 6 digit.
So I do have a question for you. What peripherals do you use at home, and specifically what polling rate do they report at?
I have no clue.
All right, I think this is going to be really interesting. Do you know your tablet area?
I play full area.
That's awesome. All right, let's get you situated. So you have enough time to tab out and adjust your settings if needed. You are a full area player, so I think that would help out. Do you use a 480 back at home?
I use a 762.
762. Oh. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Is it a 672?
Oh yeah, is it 670? Yeah, it's like one size larger.
Oh, I see. So you use a larger tablet. Okay, so full area of this tablet is actually too small for you. Nah, I relate to that. Yes, that's a 10. That's too complicated. All right, you have around 3 to 5 minutes to essentially just move it around and just give it a feel. Oh shit, we might have broke it. One moment.
Go ahead.
Technical difficulties. It might have just self-destructed. Yo, full area is too strong. And it's really interesting watching like them work on this because like I have no idea what that is. I'm actually scared to touch it because I swear every single time like I touch anything, it breaks. So if it did break, it's probably my fault. Either that or it was DHL.
Honestly, if it did break, at least we broke it on stream, so that's good, I guess.
You know, while they're still trying to figure out the tech out, I do want to give a shout out to the staff for letting us borrow their setup. I was afraid, like, we were planning to use one of the BYOC setups at which has like a 240 hertz refresh rate display, which is still pretty good, right? But when you're trying to showcase something at a higher refresh rate at 1,000 hertz, if you use a low refresh rate display, it's kind of hard to feel the difference, right? And I think that's like the biggest determining factor here, right? So the fact that the COE was able to hook us up with the Sage PCs with the 500 hertz display, this is definitely going to give us the best shot that we can get. So.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
back.
Oh, it's back?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It's interference.
Good
It
luck.
was Wi-Fi, I guess, got too strong, so now we have to like amplify the signal a bit. It's normal.
I have no idea how any of this works, man.
Maybe heat as well.
What it might be is actually just heat changing the capacitance and values of certain components, making it completely go out of whack.
That's crazy. All right, are you ready to go?
Not really.
All right, awesome. While he's testing out, you can see the display. You can see it literally like doing that stair-stepping effect as it moves from like coil to coil. But it does do that at 1,000 times per second. All right, here we go. Make sure it's set to full area, yeah?
Mouse.
Oh, there we go. All right, go ahead and play a random map. And just let us know what you think. Yo, I have a quick question. Are you an easy player?
No, I am not.
Crap. Yo, what star rating do you usually play?
6.
Let's go. What's your most played beat map?
Through the Fire and the Flames.
Oh, wait, that might be DMCA. Damn it. No, it's good. Keep searching. You got it. I love anime. All right, I'm gonna count down from 5. If you're not in the map by then, I'm gonna press F2 and you're playing it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, all right. Good luck.
A jump map with this jitter, I'm gonna question it.
I'm pretty sure I farmed this like 7 years ago.
Is it the tablet jitter or is it your shakes? That's the real question.
It's the area.
The area.
It's the area, man.
He's a full area player on a medium-sized tablet, currently playing full area on a small tablet. Ooh. Put on no fail. Hold up. Put on no fail. All right, play it through. All right.
Maybe could have adjusted it to be less dense.
So, despite some skill issue, I do think it's important to have a wide variety of opinions when it comes to this prototype. Specifically because there's a saying that like, the human eye can only see 30 frames per second, which is stupid. But for a product that is meant to essentially be as fluid and smooth and responsive as it can possibly be, the theory behind the judging process of it is that skill actually doesn't really matter when it comes to this context. It just matters how responsive it feels and whether or not you expect your movements to appear where they inevitably do.
Yeah, this is the Wi-Fi.
Poon just told me this looks like Neurosama. You know, it's actually a great choice for them to pick a jump map because I feel like jump maps would be the type of map where you would notice the difference. Curious to get their thoughts after this map.
Well, so the reason why it wasn't working a few times is because the PC is actually blowing hot air onto the electronics, which is changing the values of the capacitors and basically dysregulating my amplifier circuits, which, you know, gotta step up the final amplification because we don't have a stable 5 volts.
Round of applause, please.
Yeah.
All right. So, without giving a final verdict, just let us know what your thoughts is with you playing on this tablet.
It feels very weird.
Weird.
I don't know how to explain it. It just feels very weird.
I see.
It's like this like shake, even though I'm not shaking.
I see. I mean, that is valid feedback for sure. Do you notice it feeling any more responsive compared to your normal setup?
Slightly, yeah. It feels a bit faster.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Round of applause. All right, let's bring on our next judge. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Vaniko. I'm really happy to be here. I'm actually very hyped to test the 1000 Hz tablet. I've only ever played on the 60 Hz one, on the normal CTH 480. So let's try it.
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, your normal setup is only on a 60 hertz refresh rate monitor on a 480 before, right?
No, my monitor is on 165. My tablet is on 60.
All right. Well, I hope this will be an interesting experience for you. Do you want to move the lamp away? Out of the heat? Yeah, you can move it. So apparently there's a knob on this like microcontroller amplifier thing that's meant to adjust something. I don't know. I just never touched it because I've been afraid to break something.
Actually, adjusts the voltage because depending on the condition you test in, if there's a lot of interference or if it gets hot or a lot of other variables, you'd need a stronger or a lighter voltage. Also depends on what PC you're using, the voltage that comes out from the USB. There's a lot of variables in play here.
You're telling me every single tablet like compensates for that from the get-go?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you have to take that into account.
The hardware is hard, man. Wait. So if it's breaking because it's getting too hot, does that mean if I blow on it, it'll fix it? Is it fixed? All right, I think it's good. All right, go ahead and set your area. Let's see it.
Yeah.
It's still reading at 1000 hertz.
For me, it's behind. It's behind it. You can close this. Right here. Yeah.
I think the sun is also rising, so it's like hot.
Yeah, more excuses.
Oh wow, your area is really small.
It's gonna be.
No, I believe in you. Wait, what did you just say?
I'm gonna shake like crazy.
I'm not sure if it's going to be you shaking though. All right, good luck. All right, so what star rating of a beam map do you typically play?
I'm gonna pick Inorganic Dystopia.
Oh, okay. A 7-star map. Do you typically play the star rating?
Sorry?
Do you typically play the star rating?
Yeah, a bit higher, but I'm gonna go a bit lower because this is a completely new setup.
Oh, so I get it. You're kind of cracked.
Yeah, the area is tiny, so it's picking up exactly between like 4 coils. I was expecting it to go this crazy on a
Okay.
smaller area.
Yeah, this is shaking like crazy.
Are you sure that's not you?
Maybe. Okay.
All right, good luck. So this is really interesting. I actually see like the cursor like teleporting even outside that sort of like shaking zone every so often. Oh, wow. The spins look like stars. All right. Same question. Without revealing your decision, what's going through your head?
To be honest, I think it's quite unresponsive, but I think the shake is just kind of so big that it just messes with my gameplay.
But I thought you were nervous.
To be honest, I was way more nervous standing backstage than actually sitting here.
All right, thank you so much. Round of applause for him. All right. We have 2 judges left. Is that correct? Or can I not count? What's your name?
My name is Alphen.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. What's your setup at home looking like?
I have a tablet on the right. In the middle is a book where my keypad is on. In front of the book is a mouse pad. And on the left of the book is my keyboard. So like everything stays still and doesn't move. Yeah.
Which tablet do you use?
I use a 480.
Oh, wait, so this will be feel somewhat familiar then.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this. Let's get you set up. We're going to give him a few seconds or a few minutes to get set up here with this tablet area and his keybinds. What? Is that your area?
Yeah.
Do you play with your tablet sideways?
No.
You use a TikTok area.
I guess so.
I've never seen this in my life. That.
What?
Okay. I think this is going to be really interesting.
Maybe it's for those cross-screen jumps.
I guess so. All right, you got 1 map attempt. Go ahead and set your keybinds and choose the map. Oh, we're running it back, are we? All right, good luck. I can't tell if they're wiggling to hit those or if that's just the tablet. Round of applause. All right, let me know what you think. But again, do not say whether or not, or do not make a final verdict on it yet.
Well, the jitter is probably the biggest issue. It makes it very hard to like read your cursor position, especially with flow aim, and also in sliders, and also just makes it kind of hard to read since the cursor's all over the place. It did feel very responsive. Like even though I did feel a bit of audio latency, the tablet felt like it was moving ahead of just ahead of where I wanted to move. Yeah, like I think without the jitter, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Wow, very amazing. Thank you very much. Round of applause. And I believe we have one last judge to come on in. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Faros, and yeah, I'm 4-digit.
Oh, that's interesting. What setup are you using? What tablet? What monitor refresh rate?
So my tablet is CTL 472, and monitor is 280 hertz OLED.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, this is going to be really interesting then. Have you ever used the 480 before?
No.
Oh. All right, we're going to give you a couple minutes to set up your area as well as your keybinds, and then let's hope for the best.
Basically, the smaller the area is going to be, the more there's going to be jitter and the more there's going to be stair stepping because it's going to be noticeable. We're only going to be like in the middle of, let's say, 6 coils, which doesn't give us enough range to kind of go around the fact that it's shaking.
I never even thought about that. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
All right, you're a 4-digit, yeah? What star rating do you typically play?
What?
What star rating do you typically play?
I don't know, like 6 maybe.
Oh, that's pretty easy. All right, good luck. So I'm actually starting to see some of the limitations in that hardware. Well, I don't even think you can say it hardware. It's like you can see when like his cursor is in between 2 different coils because that's when it starts to jitter a lot more comparatively. Let me know what you think.
So that was just unplayable. It was shaking too much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was I could see you trying to make those like micro movements into it, but I think they're literally it just wasn't able to calculate in between it. Yeah.
It was fighting him, basically, more or less. You were exactly between two coals, and that was like fighting each end of them. And the smaller your area is, the bigger that distance between the coals will show on your screen. So like, if you're in full area, you basically get the best out of this current prototype. But in your case, damn, honestly, a C on this map with that small of an area is respectable.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much. So at this point in time, we've had 5 different people, 5 different judges come on stage to try the tablet. But again, this segment is a question and not a statement. Did they actually create the first 1000 hertz tablet? We're going to bring the judges back on stage, and we'll have them vote to figure that out. Let's bring them in. I'm going to have you guys line up in a line like in front here. Is Jen still out there?
Oh, Jen is here. Ah, my God.
So here's how I'm going to have this work. Before we move on to the actual vote, which all I'll do is just ask you guys to raise your hands, do you guys have any final thoughts to give on the tablet itself? There was definitely a lot of feedback on the jitter, on the responsiveness. I didn't even think about players who even use a smaller area. That was completely new to me. But if there's anything else that comes to your mind, now would be the chance to say it. Pass the mic down.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much closer this project brings us to a very functional kilohertz tablet, but I would believe you if you said yes, it's much closer.
So it's probably good for bigger areas, but yeah, unplayable for smaller areas. And yeah, very responsive, but yeah.
I very much like the fact that it's an extension to like the tablet instead of like a whole different tablet, which I think is just very viable if it's like going to be sold, and also just for very nice to play on, since it's a tablet, you know, there's nothing that different about it on the feel, but like the system behind that and like the responsiveness, especially in like slower parts where I did hit stuff, it felt like it was moving exactly at the time when I wanted, exactly when I thought to move.
It is indeed very responsive. Like you said, the jitter is a bit crazy. I mean, I play a bigger area myself, so it's like if you hold the pen still, the jitter is a bit wild.
Okay, so as a small area player, I think I could not really like feel the full potential of the tablet, but I think that the responsiveness is very, very clear and very actually nice to have, but sadly the jitter is just too much.
All right, I guess it's time to cast your votes. If you believe that this qualifies as the first 1000 hertz tablet, please raise your hand. We have 2 out of 5. I'd like to ask, for you two in particular, why do you think that this qualifies?
It does feel very responsive and faster than my own tablet, so that's why I think that's.
Well, like the tech behind it does like technically do measure at 1000 hertz, even though it's not very, and it is a tablet technically. Like only the stuff underneath is changed, but like I mean it technically is, but it isn't playable.
And then for the rest of you judges that disagree with it, what needs to be done in order for that threshold to be crossed?
Okay, I think just eliminating the main issue, being the jitter. I think if it was smooth and really play like a normal tablet, it would easily go as a 1000 hertz tablet.
So it was shaking a lot. So I think that needs to be fixed for the smaller areas. So yeah.
Nobody's going to set the 7-star FC with this. And I think that's why it needs some work still.
Thank you guys very much. Round of applause for our judges, please. So, as I start to wind things off, I lost where the clicker went. Oh wait, I found it. Production, can we bring the presentation back up? So, I actually agree with them. It's actually really hard to call this 1000 hertz as the first 1000 hertz tablet, simply because when you imagine someone debuting the first 1000 hertz tablet, you expect it to be a sort of finished prototype. And I would say that this kind of falls currently into the idea where I showcased before, where just because technically it reads at 1000 hertz doesn't mean it is the first 1000 hertz tablet. And so the fact that we managed to convince 2 people already, well, I'd say that's already, that's kind of crazy. But with that being said, that's not where this project ends. Because again, when I first got in contact with Lucky Chips, the idea was just to prove that the technology that ships with the tablet that you have today is capable of supporting high refresh rates. And it's a novelty in the sense of the hardware engineering in order to read that data, and then it's a novelty on the software engineering side in order to process that data. But again, we're only using scraps that you managed to find from your garage, and the timeline necessary and the condensed time frame in order for you to figure out the software was essentially condensed down into
less than 2 months.
2 months. And so the thing that I want to end this presentation on is not me, is revision 2. This revision was only put together within the span of 2 months. And so I asked Lucky, how soon or how long would it take to actually get a fresh prototype built from the ground up, where we could actually solve a lot of the issues mentioned by those judges. The jitteriness, the issue in between coils. I didn't even realize there were going to be issues with heat. That's even a novel issue. But you told me that you've actually made a ton of progress on this, right? Could you go into more detail with it?
Yeah, actually all these issues are pretty simple to solve, all in all, once you understand how it works. And in the second revision, which progress has already started on, most, if not all, these issues are already addressed. And yeah, I can't wait to bring it.
And so the final thing that I want to end on is that the idea of a high refresh rate tablet obviously is not original. There's no way that I'm the first person to come up with the idea for it. But the one thing that I want you to walk away from this presentation is that the technology already exists. Lucky, Floppy, Rect in the background, these guys are one of the first people to actually tackle it seriously, to have something to show for it. And I think that alone is already something that is incredible. But theoretically, anyone could do it. Any company could do it. And if there was a company who wanted to take on this project to create a tablet that actually runs at 1000 hertz, that actually is responsive and non-jittery and is usable, they could theoretically actually make it. It doesn't really have to be us. But if it has to be us,
I'll do it.
We'll do it. So thank you all very much.
If you bring your Wooting Uwu to our booth at COE 2026, we'll give you an upgrade for free with our latest switches and more. Come visit the Wooting booth from 9 to 5, we're here all week.
COE? What is COE? Cowboys Osu event. A yearly event ran in the Netherlands. And Past made an album for it? Wow.
So what you're saying is, if I eat all my vegetables, I can also grow really, really big and really, really strong.
Guys, look what's appeared behind us. Lovely COE trophy. It is championship day. It's the Saturday. The top 4 are back. They've got match experience. They've got stage experience, prepped and ready on this map, Hall Torva. And we're in for 4 action-packed shows on stage. How are you feeling about this one, though? Emrek, Rudge first.
Honestly, I'm feeling quite excited, you know, because, like, of course, you know, there's the argument made that, you know, Emrek wins everything and all this, that, and the other. But Rudge, I feel like, is kind of that really scary underdog that will have the ability to, like, if the opportunity is given, like, definitely knock him down a peg and just to continue playing off it. Like, Rudge, at least this show, from my opinion, has been playing extremely well and has deserved getting up to this point, and I think could maybe even go further. But, of course, with it being such a difficult fight, due to, of course, it being Emrek as the opponent.
Does have Emrek on the other side of the stage for him, looking chilled out, relaxed. Like a typical day at the office for him.
Yeah, he's just there, got the Red Bull on hand, just making sure, waiting for the time and just get the match ready. Just like it's a day job.
But it's got to be said, Rudge, I mean, seed 20 coming into play-ins.
Yeah.
Fights through, oh, who was his first opponent?
I don't actually remember. It's been
too long.
Yeah.
Fights through his first opponent. Memorizing however many matches have happened is just a bit too often much.
Yeah.
But then fights Krilla,
Yeah.
takes him to 3 points, does go down, fights through Boshi Man, fights through Paper Candle seed 5, the
Yeah.
first upset, and then the second upset on stage, fights through Krilla to be here.
Yeah.
Denies that Emrek Krilla rematch from last year.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, to fight through that and get up here, I mean, it just proves why, you know, Rudge maybe a little bit underseeded, or at least performing very well compared to what was expected of him, and at very least be happy about that, but I think he can definitely put on a good show for this.
Has the huge underdog buff,
Yes.
as C20. He's just happy to be here by
Yeah.
his seeding, but he deserves to be here by his performance. All of those
Absolutely.
scores that he has put up on this stage, he's so ready to take the fight to Emrek, protect his DT1, and I've got to share a little inside information with you. He set a 1K backstage. He set his second top play on the practice setups just now.
Oh my.
So that DT1 protect is looking scary, knowing how he's been playing so far.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Hidden 3 by Emrek?
I honestly think it's a very interesting pick. I mean, I get why it's the protect, right? When we saw Rudge play this last time, Rudge didn't look the most comfortable on it. He was able to play it to a degree, but of course against, I believe against Krilla, where Krilla was also really comfortable on it, but in general, he didn't look too confident on this Hidden 3, and I think because Emrek is so versatile in this whole pool, he's more protecting what he knows the enemy player really wants to get rid of, just to keep it in play.
Indeed, and I mean, the No Mod 5 ban straight afterwards, not wanting to play into Rudge's ability to play precision. I mean, the reading on that map is almost negligible because of all of the changes to clients you could make, right?
Yeah.
So the precision skill set is really what Emrek is wanting to avoid by banning that. And then the double ban from Blue, Hidden 2, yeah, okay, but then DT2, well, yeah, of course. It's Emrek, and his tapping, seemingly, as I know yesterday, is peaking right now, is so good. So, fair ban. And I mean, we're waiting for Emrek's last ban now. What do you think it's going to be, Torva? Do you reckon it's going to be the Hard Rock 2?
I feel like I could see a Hard Rock 2 ban definitely come out to play here, but he decides to opt in for the Hard Rock 1 ban. That might have been one of the last maps I could think of.
And it's Hard Rock 2 first pick for Rudge. I mean, kind of saw this coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Rudge is a precision player. If there is anything you know him for, it's his DT and it's his precision. This CS 7.8 is absolutely nothing to him. So I'm looking forward to seeing him perform on this. We didn't see Emrek on this yesterday, and I don't know what his practice scores were. I was looking over my shoulder when I was practicing, but I didn't see very much. Very interested to see what this is going to be like. Must have some confidence on it if he's left it in the pool.
Yeah. Leaving it in the pool, even though he's not had to show off what he can do yet. And, I mean, leaving it in it also against Rudge, who is known to be very good at it. He might have a card up his sleeve.
Well, here we go. It is the first of our semi-finals matches. Guys, make some noise. Emrek versus Fudge. We're getting right into it.
Yep, and early in, it's going to be the tiniest accuracy advantage, nothing to worry about just yet for either side, but Rudge does have that tiny advantage. 5k, just waiting for those small slip-ups that will inevitably occur on a circle size this small, and on a map that is this challenging on top of the precision, especially with the spacing, a lot of these jumps you see. But there it is, Rudge is actually going to be the first player to find that miss, but it is going to get traded out early enough that it's nothing too lethal yet, but a few more misses to follow suit from both.
Ooh, the accuracy advantage for MREC is there and equalizes just as quickly as I say it. This is one of those maps that swings left, right, and then center as we are right now. 2k advantage to MREC and a slight combo for Rudge is... He really wants to hold this into the slow section in the middle. He hits through the triple. Oh, and they both missed the first of the staggered patterns. You get such a break. You have to lock back in and hit these aim control patterns after a long break. And I don't know about you, Tova, but coming back from a break in a map is the most dangerous place because you're most likely to find a miss. You have to lock out, lock back in, lock out, lock back in.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. And you can just see that happening with this map constantly. And the misses being traded left and right. The flow aim actually catching both players out in different sections. And now even the stacks as well. But MREC is coming out of this a bit more alive, has the accuracy to vote with a bit of that combo and score, but it's still so close that it almost feels negligible. Every miss shifting the score difference, but they're both trading everything. Oh my.
Both drop 100s on that 1/3 stream, not quite ready for it, not quite aim in the middle, and it's swinging left. MREC is in the lead right now with a 1.5% accuracy advantage, but that is all it is, Tova. It is just that accuracy, and he drops some 100s go down. Starting to swing back center. Will it go right? Not quite. Rudge drops 80 combo now in the lead for MREC with a quarter of the map left to go. But he drops it as well. He keeps trading these combos back and forth. Tova, the stop-start happens, and Rudge claimed.
MREC just barely holding on there, does catch the 50, but is just more than time, but does miss out on the more spaced part there. But Rudge found the miss just shortly after as well. Both of them struggling on their combos through this ending, which is understandable, but with every miss to be found and the timer runs down, that score difference for MREC is looking scarier and scarier. Rudge's pick maybe not going the way he hoped for with this map, but to be fair, with the way they were both playing with every trade, it just came down to that accuracy game between them, and MREC is the one to surpass on the accuracy.
It is a 30k victory for MREC. The combos look identical, and the AC was really the difference. Just under a percentage advantage, and he takes that. It was Rudge's first pick, and remember, we're in semifinals now.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yo, we're getting replays. Yo.
COE, COE, COE.
Yes. Hey, we just keep running it back for the next week and the week after, right? That's how it works.
Yeah. We come back on Monday, guys. Come back on Monday.
That's how it works. I mean, you just saw it said the replay of COE, so. Oh, there we go.
It's the stop and start, and it was the identical misses. Yes, production caught that. It had swung right, but it went back center and then left again. MREC takes it and picks into his protect, hidden 3, and that, remember, was Rudge's first pick. A map I think might have been his strongest in the pool into MREC. Now 1-0 up, wanting to convert the break point. What are we feeling, Tova?
Yeah, I mean, it does feel a bit unfortunate here for Rudge, but I mean, as long as he keeps the confidence, keeps the mental, I think he's able to definitely bounce back. The hidden 3, maybe not being able to bounce back on this too much, unless he's put in a lot more practice on this, where he is feeling a lot more confident, then honestly it is a definite possibility. But this map is, it's just brutal, man. It's AR 8.8. It's some of the weirdest reading on top of it with some good bit of flow in, I believe jumps as well. And it's just overall a disgusting map. And we've seen MREC on a decent bit of low AR. We know that he's definitely got that ability and keeps improving it. So this map, I feel like, is something he is just going to walk over.
So before the replay, I was going to mention that this is now best of 11. So every map in this map pool is either banned or picked. We're going to see everything, including Rudge's Protect, which he still has up his sleeve. If MREC is using this to bank that break point, Rudge still has something in his back pocket, at least for the rest of the match.
Yeah, 100%. He is able to try and at least stall out the momentum that MREC might start to try and build here. And I mean, early in, we're seeing that 19k score advantage on his side. A lot of that accuracy as well, but the combo game, I think they've been relatively balanced, but Rudge, unfortunately, does drop it there. Had that tiny lead in the combo, but not enough to try and close that accuracy gap. I mean, it's already a 4% difference nearly, and we're only a quarter of the way through. 147k for Emrak. He's just kind of climbing here, but I think he's found his way with the combo, but as I say it, finds an unfortunate slider break there.
The protect paying off. This was absolutely the correct move for Emrak. Quarter of the way in, we're looking at a 6% accuracy lead. It's 60k advantage. Rudge doing all he can on this, but it's already looking dire, and we're only a third of the way in for the...
Yeah, I mean, with every bit of accuracy Rudge drops, we just see Emrak somehow still climbing with it. I mean, he's gone up to 98.5 at this point. As I say, again, finds a break on the circular burst, but, you know, doesn't put him anywhere near the realm of danger. Just still 95k score advantage. Don't run, there's half the map remaining. If a crazy combo happens, you could definitely whittle it down, but, you know, expecting that on this level of map where it's so evil with the low approach rate, those large combos have been near impossible to see. And it's just been the battle of accuracies and short combos we've seen so far, and it's another case we're seeing here.
Rudge struggling with the aim control and the reading, the back and forth movements, mistiming them. It is the Emrak show right now. 100 combo into this break section, into the Ki straight afterwards. We're going to see a 2-0 lead on stage. 150k, especially with that chain miss, is insurmountable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the accuracy from Emrak is just looking unbelievably clean on this. Is this the highest accuracy we've seen on this map yet?
Ooh, it might well be. I mean, I heard Box got a 600k on this.
Yes. And I think...
Could this be challenging that score? Box in the background. I think I heard him yell.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, those two scores will definitely be close to this. I mean...
Emrak is just hitting this.
Like, it doesn't seem like it's anything for him. He looks like he's just playing an all
the
day.
stack, catch him out, the perfect stack, moves too
Yeah.
soon, but almost hitting the entire ending. The accuracy even gaining in this ending section, still hovering around 98%. And I mean, what a performance. The double back stream, he misses one in the center, but closes it out in style. There's not too much left of this map, and Emrak giving a clinic on how to play low approach rate, reading aim control.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks so comfortable on this. And I think that was what we kind of was expecting to see a small bit just because of the price on this low approach rate. But the 300k difference still stings a small bit, you know. It does hurt, but,
Any
you know.
combo through the ending? The back and forths?
Oh,
No, he misses. The buzz slider
tragic.
claims him, but look at that score. It's another 600k on this map from Emrak this time, and he banks a break point. 2-0 up, one round of picking complete. Chills.
Yeah, understandable. I mean, you don't always see a score like that. And I mean, the Australians on this map seem to be just in a different planet when it comes to playing it. But, you know, as we were mentioning earlier, right before this map, Rudge still has a card up his sleeve. He still has his protect that he can play into if he wants to try and stop the momentum now and just start to play forwards for his own.
There are more good picks in this pool for Rudge.
Yes.
There are a lot of them. But unfortunately, they are good picks for him into a player that plays them like they are absolutely nothing. I mean, you saw the near 1k on cycle hit yesterday. I certainly did.
And speaking of...
And there it is. Here we go.
Yeah. I feel like...
Rudge is good at this.
Yes.
That's the thing. Rudge can spook on this.
Yes, that's what I was going to say, is that this is one of those maps, right? You look at the players on stage, and you look, you know, to the right, and you think, it goes straight to this guy. You know, he's known for it. But Rudge is scary on this map as well. They are both very, very strong contenders to play this map each. And I think that's what might make this one of the best maps and the matchup for it.
Indeed, yeah. Rudge, he did set that 1k backstage. He did set his second top play. It was on Union, I think, singing difficulty. It was 9.5 stars. I think it was mostly hybrid and aim. This has a huge tapping component, though.
Yeah.
Oh, small problem. There comes the abort. Not sure what was up.
That is what it is. We'll find out some other time if there is a need to.
Caught it quickly, at least.
Yes, absolutely. Got it just in time that nothing was ruined. And players are, you know, not upset that he got into a good start.
So back to the map. This has a huge tapping component, a lot of finger control, which I don't think Rudge has shown his stuff on yet, but he is incredible at this. He's been working on his tapping since, I think, January, since last OWC. Changed his tapping styles, been putting a lot of time into it, really looking like it's paying off.
Yes. I know every now and then I'll tune into a stream and I just see him playing like some DT alt map or DT like finger control, and it's always just good to see because like you see the improvement happening
It's
over time.
smooth.
Yes, that's what I was
The
going
tapping
over.
is smooth, is how I would refer to it. So we will see them go head to head on this map.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
So am I, man. Like, it's a banger map, it's a banger song, and you got possibly two of the best people to have play this map out together.
Here we go, we're getting into it. Make some noise. It's Cycle Hit. It's the second round of picking. It's Rudge's pick first, and he is throwing down the gauntlet. Challenging Emrek, says, okay, you won Mist yesterday. Can you do it again? Double or nothing, fella.
Taking the challenge directly to the man himself on his own territory. But the confidence is there to be shown, and early in, we do see those first misses, unfortunately, coming out from Rudge, but nothing too lethal. It's not like it's a late part of the map yet. As the map does start to kick off, you see another miss coming in, and you see the bit of the aim control and finger control on these bursts, and they're just not looking too good early in, but as long as he's able to find his foothold in this map and start to recover, he is definitely going to stay in the game. But so far, Emrek is cleaning up through this map, 99.34% accuracy, 555 combo, and he's still climbing.
Look at how smooth the cursor was through those cut doubles. It is something that you have to be so confident on, that your aim is moving correctly. Because in a normal stream, you can go to the outside, you can go to the inside, but with those cut doubles, you have to be precise. You have to be there at the right time. Into the slider section, the jumps posing no issue, and Rudge finds another drop. Cannot keep the combo going.
Yeah, doing the work that he can, but you know, those small drops here and there being found. Emrek dropping a bit of accuracy, but not the combo.
And that's section 2 done. We get a small build-up, and then we're into the Ki Torva, and Emrek's still holding a full combo.
Yeah, but we saw the break happen around that section last time. The question is, does he have the consistency to break through it this time, or will he be too consistent and miss there again?
Build-up starts. It is section 3. It is the triples and the jumps. Do not lose your eye on this. Here we go, into the Ki.
Yep, getting
Not
through
into
it.
the Ki.
Oh no, go through this section, the doubles, a bit more of that control required through it. But it just seems
I
like
forgot how long the build-up section is.
Yeah, but it does hit just that hard for it, and
ooh, couple 100s on the long stream.
Couple of 100s found, but does keep the combo going through this break.
Have been noticing about this pool, if I might say. Jashin has a big build-up in the middle. Cycle Hit has a huge build-up in the middle.
Yeah. We're hype falling.
It's so hype. Guys, is it not hype? Emrek holding 1600 combo. Long bridge section, combos all the way through it, holds his nerves and has time to steady himself.
Yep. Everything is now being, well, I mean, everyone is now watching that side of the screen, right? We're all seeing if he can really clutch this out. He dropped a bit of accuracy earlier on the streams, but he's still looking comfortable getting through this bit of the build-up. Still so difficult, but so easy to find those misses on, but he gets through, and the map now really starts to kick off once again. 1900 combo crossed, and he's going to continue to build it, even through the doubles, even through the triples, and the sliders. He just does not seem to have any problems whatsoever. Smooth aim, smooth tapping. Nothing is causing him problems, but does the slider aim cause him a problem? He's continuing to hold on. He's getting closer to the ending, and everything can fall apart, but he's just so clean. Is the full combo on play here? Through the longer stream, gets through the sliders. There's no way he's just gone and done it on stage.
On stage, FC of Cycle Hit, DT, 98.6%. He can't believe it himself. He just popped off out of his chair.
Yeah, even himself, he is just absolutely bewildered. That is not something you could sit there and go, you say that to anyone even a year ago, they would not believe you.
Absolutely.
But how is that now possible?
They would think that's 3 years late, 3 years in the making, and yet here we have it now. Guys, make some noise. Give him a round of applause again. What a performance. Cycle Hit, DT. Look at the shakes. Look at the shakes on the hand.
Let's hope that doesn't, affect the future performances on those maps. But like, it's still actually insane. I'm almost out of words in general for that.
The flow state that you have to enter
Yeah.
to even combo through a map like that with as much aura as that has on stage cannot be understated. What a performance, what a pick, and he is in control of where they go next. And what just
That's PP record on thing, no?
So that might be PP record on stage. 1,069 PP for that.
I think that beat his OWC PP record as well. Because that was about 940, no?
That's crazy. 1,069 PP.
Yo, I say we give a round of applause for PP record, no?
He could have dropped another 100, I guess.
Yeah, could have dropped.
That would have been more interesting.
Okay, bro. Okay. I see you. But no, like, that's genuinely unbelievable. Like, how would you progress from that? Because like that's crazy. But
just put harder maps in map pools.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe
actually.
like keep it playable for the rest of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No. Where do you progress from that? Because that is the question. He's 3 points up.
Yeah.
Take it back to the tournament, and we say, where to next? What do you play next?
Yeah, I mean, there's... Oh, right, yeah, it was also Roger's pick. I've just realized. I forgot about that. So now Emrek gets to choose next. What does Emrek really want to go into here? Because... Oh, never mind. I don't even need to worry. He's got a banger.
It's peak. We've only had one map crossover from Emrek's last match, so we're seeing all new scores on all new maps. No Mod 4 Seaside Resort Fever is picked. What a banger. What a Zenjes, thank you for this banger.
Where is Zenjes? I feel like Zenjes would be here. Hello. Give him a round of applause. Making an absolute banger of a song, man. Doing so much for the tournament scene as well recently, especially in the No Mod 4 era.
Indeed. Oh, yes. So this map, very mech tech heavy. Lots of sliders, lots of big jumps into aim control doubles even.
Yeah.
You're going to see people miss the middle section, the drop. So difficult. Does not play like last year's No Mod 4 at all. The Ludasin one, Signals, this so different. And also no 1/3 weird stream in the middle to half people's combos. Looking forward to seeing this played by these two. Rudge, we haven't mentioned it, but he does have a good chance on this. This is one of his skill sets that he is secretly very good at.
Yeah.
We saw it on Down yesterday. The aim control, small miss in the intro, but neither here nor there on a map like this. That's a tough pattern to hit.
Yeah. We'll see if the secret skill set can really come out to play here, because we now see that miss coming in from Emrek. So the door of opportunity has opened, but unfortunately it's going to get traded out. So Grudge isn't really able to capitalize it just yet, but score difference won't be too crazy apart, right? Their accuracies are both very good on this. They're not too far about 0.6% difference. Combo's only about 40 difference. So, first score of the map, overall pretty balanced, but it's going to go to those later sections. We see Emrek finding a miss there, which now fully opens that door because Grudge is going to keep holding on, and Emrek did find a second miss to do so. The score flipping on the fulcrum.
Neither player caught out by those stack triples. We saw it once, and it has not happened again since. But Rudge finds a miss straight afterwards. In the next drop section is the aim control doubles that claim him, as I mentioned. Emrek trades, though. The score does not move too far. And a 17k advantage, now growing because of the misses and the accuracy drops from Rudge. He was holding the 98 down to 96 now, and Emrek still strong.
Yeah, even getting through the stream, both of them are just feeling light here. Both of them on the exact same combo. Oh no, my two combo apart, my apologies. Accuracy about 2% difference or just less. But overall, still very, very close between them. It's very, very savable here. It's only a third of the map remaining, but that 30k score difference can flip in a moment's notice if the right scenario happens.
And that right scenario has to be ag drops by Emrek. He has to drop 100s, 50s, misses. The combos are near identical from both of these players so far. It's just that accuracy advantage, that laser score V3 advantage that Emrek is banking. Small aim section with these sliders. Follow them. They have ticks in them. Neither player budging. It's Rudge that moves first. He blinks. He drops the 1/3. Lead into this next aim control section. Big jumps again. Big doubles. Emrek playing it like it is absolutely nothing. The shakes have gone away from that cycle hit score. His aim is going exactly where he wants it to go. And this big outro, find the aim control for the wiggle patterns, the big slider stream. He hits it.
He's just playing too well right now. I mean, the start looked shaky for both of them. The midsection looked like it was able to come back for Rudge, but Emrek, I think he got over the nerves from the last map and went, yeah, I need to lock in on this ending, and he absolutely did.
He did. He gave it the time. He let his cursor stabilize and then fires off a 720k score on this. 99 AC on the dot.
Jeez, it's just too clean. It's just too clean. Like, I think, what, 6-100, 6 misses as well? Like...
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, like
that's absolutely crazy.
How are you getting 6-100s on that map and then 6 misses at the same time?
You do got to remember that the slider tails, the slider ends aren't counted in those 100 counts.
True, yes.
But still, 6-100s is crazy.
Still, yeah, it's still clean to do. There's so many points in that map, you can drop so much accuracy so easily, but he just doesn't. It's just him. But now the question is, Rudge has got his pick. Does he try to throw the Hail Mary here and go for something a bit crazy?
He has to go for his Protect now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Does he go for that DT1, and does he just go with a map that he knows he's really, really good on, really consistent on, and really, really confident on?
He has to throw down that gauntlet, I feel. If there was a time to pick your Protect, it is now. Break the momentum, try what you are absolutely... with absolute confidence, but he doesn't. He goes no mod 3 instead.
I'm trying to think what the players are, because he played this well last time, if I'm not too mistaken, as well. But Emmerich also plays this really well.
Do you know what? I think if this was done on purpose, then it's really smart. This is a really smart pick, because Emmerich has just FC'd Cycle Hit on stage, and now he has the chance to FC down on stage.
I see it now.
Will the pressure get to him as he plays this?
And
will he fold under it? Because we saw Rudge play really well on this yesterday.
Yes.
He got a stellar score on this, and this is absolutely in his wheelhouse. But of course, there's the other side to the coin. Maybe he just picked this to let Emmerich aura farm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not that deep.
Yeah, maybe it's not deep. Maybe it is just for, good friends, have a good time, and see what can happen. But we will only see as time goes on. But if it is that strategy you're mentioning,
I see the play. I see you.
Yeah. Then it is almost I would also argue it is just straight up is a genius play to see if it works. Wait, what did I miss?
Off the cut stream at the end to this slider, Emmerich hit a 50 on the slider head.
Oh my god.
He was like milliseconds away from missing that.
Oh my. Almost breaking on the intro. Not what you want to see, but I mean, there's two options here you want to see, right? You want to see the full combo, or you want to see Rudge get this point, is how I feel like it goes.
It was the small drop, the tactical miss from Rudge. He's 10 combo down now, and that's not going to mean too much. It's the accuracy that's going to make the difference. 97% for Rudge out of this intro. He combos through the square cut streams, combos through the aim control, and now they are mirrored. They are exactly equal.
Yep.
The score is not going to move too quickly into Emmerich. The accuracy is keeping him in it. And it's Rudge to blink first. He drops on the aim control in the middle of the first section of down. And Emmerich now can try to run it as far away as possible. He's comboing all through this intro. And maybe the Gambit may not pay off. He's looking so sweet on this. Almost 99 as well. Torva, what is happening?
I don't know. I mean, this feels like it's just the build up to something incredible that's maybe happening, but see if you can get through these cut bursts. I mean, they're just evil if you're not careful, but I mean, these players have more than enough practice on this map that, these sections I don't think should cause them too many problems, but I say that and, I don't want to cause a miss to spawn in out of nowhere. But we see, a decent bit of recovery actually coming in from the right side. No Rudge starting to build it. But
it's through the quad stacks, and they are deceptively hard, and they are so difficult to hit because you have to time the 4 at the end of the stack before you move. It's looking buttery smooth. Emmerich is just putting a clinic on, as we feared he might. Rudge doing all he can, hitting some incredible patterns, and yet on the other side of the screen is just Emmerich who combos through the entire section. 1400 combo now on down, hitting the wiggles.
I mean, he's just going to keep on going, I think. I mean, he knows he's in a prime position to do something absolutely insane, but...
No, Torva, if he hits this next section, I'm done.
Yeah, honestly, I think we both stand up and leave if he managed to get through it all. But it is all seeing that happen.
Here it is the cut streams. This is what the map was infamous for. They move this time. You have to follow them with your cursor. You have to hit the end, time the movement to the start. Emmerich is going through each one of them. He hits the first section of them. These are the horizontal ones, going vertical, going horizontal again, and he's comboing the entire thing. Torva,
at this rate, I think we get to the last one, the real Twitter clip farm, and he might be in a good boat. But he's seen the scores. I think he can even hear us, and he might start to, realize what he's on for.
Are we kidding?
There's a quarter of the map left, and he's still looking too clean with it.
He just gets 15 seconds now to steady his nerves as well. Preps for the next part of the map. Neither player missing on the squares. Like I was saying in Hard Rock 2, coming back after a long break like that, having to lock back in, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous.
Yeah, I'd absolutely agree with you on that statement. I mean, it does seem that, you know, Emrek has seemed to recover.
Do they hit the 3-note cuts?
Oh,
Emrek does. He knows they're there. And here we are. Burnt rice patterns. Anyone remember that map from way back when? Well, here they are again.
Oh!
And it's the miss on the burnt rice patterns for Emrek. This is the peak of the map. The hardest section. Cannot quite lock the FC out, but look at this score. It's 700k already, and we still have almost a quarter to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's just built up an incredible score bank before this, and then, I believe, what was it, a 1 miss on that entire difficult spike as well?
I think there were a few more afterwards. Rudge, on the other hand, 97%. We have to go back there now that we're not eyes all glued to the left side of our screens. It's been a good play for him. I've been keeping tabs on it. He's been hitting these patterns. He had a big combo earlier, and it's going to be 600k at the very least for him, but he does have to hit through these cut stacks. Not looking like a problem for him at all. And Emrek still with the combo lead. It's the triple to catch Rudge out, actually.
Yeah.
He's going to run this home. It's 800k already. Tolva, dude.
Like, what is Emrek doing, man? Like, yeah, we just casually do that. Like,
We need a beat.
Guys, are you enjoying the show?
that's what I like to hear. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all for the banger maps, all for the banger songs and the great plays, but... yeah, I understand that. What do I even do? I get that.
I lip read that.
Yeah.
I think we all did.
Yeah, like, but like, to be fair, it's a valid question. What can you even do half the time?
It was a good pick. It was heads up. I like the strategy, if that strategy was what it was.
Yes.
And now it's Emrek's pick again. He's at match point again, Torva. Second time this tournament without dropping a point. Where does he go? What does he pick?
I think he just picked something fun for the culture. I think we just go for something crazy. You know what? I respect it. I respect it.
Valid.
That is big respect.
Can you pick a player's protect in this? I know
Yes,
a
I
rule
believe
in
so.
some tournaments is that if you protect it, your opponent can't pick it.
I believe you can in this case. Yes, because we saw that happen with I think it might even been Rudge picking someone's protect just to play it against them.
Right.
Or it was Box. I'm sorry, I can't remember which one it was, but it was either one of them. And they played the absolute masterful gambit of just someone else's protect.
Well, what do we got left? We got No Mod 1, No Mod 2. Hidden 1 is still there. Hard Rock 3 as well, and it is. It's
There
the
it is.
DT1 picking into Rudge's protect. And he is warm on this setup now. He has played 5 maps, settled his nerves. Now it's time for Rudge to pop off. FCDT3? Yeah, child's play. FCDT1.
Now, here's the thing, you mentioned that. I wasn't allowed to speak about this until the tournament started, but on day 1, I believe it was, I was sat behind Rudge playing his setup, unstable and all that. First try, I believe it was, and he FC'd that DT1, and then just hasn't let me speak about it until this point. So I think he has definitely got more than enough practice to play it, but does he have the composure?
6 100s as well?
Something
it was
crazy
a
like that.
99.5?
Yes, something absolute crazy like that.
This is Rudge's skill set.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So he is borderline lethal on this map, but if he has the composure and the confidence for it, and of course the consistency, which I think he has more than enough of, he will be more than fine on this map.
Absolutely. We will see if he has settled onto the stage setup. Again, I mentioned it twice. I'll mention it a third time. I'll do it again. He got a 1K backstage.
Yes.
So if there's any skill set he's warm on completely and thoroughly, it is this one. Let's see a double FC, guys. Let's see an ACK battle. Would you guys like an ACK battle?
Yeah, I think we got the answer there. Everyone wants to see the accuracy battle, but it's going to take a lot of that composure. And also in accuracy battles, where things get really, really scary, because you have to start counting in your hands exactly how many 100s you have. And that becomes all the difference. But unfortunate early miss coming in from Rudge. Not what you want to see here. I mean, we wanted the accuracy battle, but 2 small slip-ups. I believe 2 slight miss-aims, but still looking composed. And he's still playing more than fine here. But the other side, is looking a bit brutal right now. And by that, I mean still holding on to the 100% accuracy.
through the stream and the bus sliders as well. Slider's gonna pose him no issue, and we're just feeling it in our stomachs at this point, waiting for a 100 that might never come. It did. There is one down. It's not gonna be an SS on stage, but damn if it isn't close.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen this man play a 1/100 play on stage.
Yeah, we have.
We can't
Yeah,
see another.
yeah.
There's no way we get another. But I mean, he's.
Or is there?
I mean, apparently there might be. I mean, a third of the map, 1/100. He's at 99.91, still holding the full combo. And I mean, Rudge is playing well here as well. He's at the 99, but just unfortunately keeps finding these small combo drops here and there, and it doesn't allow him to try and build up the momentum back, because all it takes is just the smallest slip up from Emrak, which, you know, he has a consistency where it's rad to have, but it can even just be an external factor.
I mean, look,
that's all it takes.
The accuracy is there. 99.2 is there.
Exactly.
It is the discomfort on the setup, on the day. How good are you feeling as you sat down? It's a couple of hundreds for Emrek as a third as well. The finger control section catching him a little bit, but the miss from Rudge is pretty fatal at this point, Torva.
Yeah, I mean, the score difference is already 150k, and don't get me wrong with, you know, it's technically recoverable, but in practice, it would take a borderline miracle for that to happen. I mean, the accuracy Emrek is on, the combo this man is on, and the fact that he is just not finding any tiny slip up on this map. I mean, he's just looking too controlled, too comfortable, but then again, it's Emrek on DT. What would you fully expect?
Drops a slider end as well, a few 100s, a couple of slider ends, and nothing else. There is no room for error if you're playing anything against this guy. Another 100, another slider, and the accuracy is dropping a little into the outro. We're going to get a little bit of a finger control section as well to contend with. But he's just going. Torva, he's just going, and might have a second FC in this match. It's 1500 combo to Rudge's 20, and it's barreling down on the 1 million score. I mean, control is nothing. He's hitting through it like it's just child's play. He makes this game look so easy.
Yeah, he absolutely does, man. He's just running the mile without a problem. Like, this map is not this easy, but he just makes it seem so, because he is just that different in this game. He's that good, and it just pays off for him. But coming towards the ending, 1800 combo, 99.68.
He just keeps hitting the bursts. He just keeps hitting the aim. He hits the last aim pattern as well.
Oh my.
The finger control is all that stands between him and an FC again. It's 99.7 for Emrek on the last pick. The Protect would never have worked out for Rudge.
Yeah, I mean, even
what a score.
Like, even if Rudge had full combo, the score from Emrek there, the 4 100s.
1.2 mil. Rudge's FC was 6 100s.
Like, even if that score was just ported over to here, Emrek still manages to outperform it. Like, how do you do that so often, so easily?
You have to be playing your peak to beat this guy's average.
Honestly, at some points, for a lot of players, I even say maybe even like a lower roll at this, because of how far up this guy is sometimes. Like, it takes so much just to get points on this guy, and he's just chilling.
What can you do? What can you do? It is just the Emrek difference. And I mean, Rudge, let's congratulate this guy, because C20 all the way through this bracket, getting seed 4. This is not the last match he's playing. Come back later for the next match to see who Rudge plays in the 3rd place match. He is going to be on this stage again. He is going to be playing the loser of Malashevsky, a secret box, and that, I feel, is also going to be cinema. Do we have a mic? Can we talk to Rudge a sec?
We'll get words afterwards.
I gotta ask, was No Mod 3 a pick to try an aura farm on Emrek?
Absolutely not. I just liked DT3 No Mod 3 as maps.
Ah, okay. And then the DT1 Protect? Were you saving it for later if you managed to take that No Mod 3 point?
Yeah, but I asked Emrek to pick it at the end so I could practice it for the 3rd place match.
How are you feeling going into the 3rd place match? What are the feelings? Do you think you have a chance against the other two in the other side?
I mean, as always, I'll try my best, but like all 3 of these players are very high caliber. We'll see how it goes. I'm not too sure.
Thank you very much. Rudge, everyone. Make sure to check back later and cheer him on in the 3rd place match. Emrek, dude. You do it every time. You just stun us every time. The shake after cycle hit? How did you control that in the play? Or did it only happen after the play?
I mean, if you saw the last stream, I was kind of shaking, like, kind of crazy, bro.
I thought that was just the tapping,
But, yeah, no, it wasn't just tapping.
Happy to have got that out of the way on stage?
Yeah, that was honestly one of my main goals, to FC cycle hit on COE stage, so...
Okay, so you've got DT1 FC'd, you've got Nomad 1 FC'd, you've got DT3 FC'd. What others have you got your eye on? Do you want to go back for down?
I would want to FC down in a match, for sure. Like, I think that's the last one on FC. I don't think anything else is like...
You must be confident going into this last match then, this last grand finals on stage later.
Confident? I don't know about confident, but I feel like it could be a close match.
It could, with the way the other two have been playing on the other side of the bracket. I mean, I could see it. I could see it being close. But congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely stellar performance. And we will be seeing MREC later as well. Stick around, check out the next match. It is going to be Malashevsky versus a Secret Box, another absolute banger. And then come back later for the finals and the third place match on stage. Thank you very much for casting with me, Torva. It has been a great pleasure sharing the stage with you.
Man, it's been a great pleasure sharing with you as well, man. It's just good fun. I enjoy the casts together, and I'm happy we got to do it at Atlanta again. Well, actually, Atlanta for the first time, I believe.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
I think it's the first cast together.
I think we did one for LGA, but it was a very quick run.
Okay, yeah, it was like a last-minute type thing. Well, guys, go get water, go get snacks. Be ready for this next match because it is going to knock it out of the park. Secret Box versus Malashevsky coming up soon. For now, though, thank you very much for being here. Catch you again later.
If you bring your Wooting Uwu to our booth at COE 2026, we'll give you an upgrade for free with our latest switches and more. Come visit the Wooting booth from 9 to 5, we're here all week.